White opens with, "You're so fine, OMG, you don't know what I would do to you." Pretty standard opening for White, however this one is overrated and obvious. Black seemed to be very familiar with this one, so they replied with classic counterattack, "Are we dead ass?" Also a pretty obvious move, but it's better because it sets up a strong defending line for them. White isn't that easy and doesn't want to give up on that point, replies with, "So dead ass." Instead of defending boundaries, White decided to take Black's counterattack, showing that they aren't that easy. But Black has a rare trump card in this game, and they immediately throw it on to White. Auto reply, "We detected the transmission for unsolicited pornographic images or messages of a potentially illegal nature, code 36489A, and your device's IP address has been forwarded to the police department pending an investigation. If you think this is a mistake, reply, stop." By this one move, Black just threw out their best in case it might be enough for White to take a step back. And it actually worked well, due to White's confusion. White, being not experienced enough to fight this strategy, ended up in a dead end. White wasn't ready for such a powerful move from Black and immediately had to retreat by replying, "Stop." For Black, it was a very obvious move. Most people already gave up at this point, and White wasn't an exception. Too aggressive and not enough time and experience to think up something there. So White, being in a panic, replied what Black expected from them. Then Black just finishes this game with, "Thought so. Don't push this shit. It's gross. Also, f you." Black did very well there. They decided to not defend themselves and went straight into a pure aggressive plan White didn't expect at all. Another game, but there are both sides trying to get something out of this match. White opens with, "Are you open?" Whatever that means, it's a pretty default round start, nothing new. Black also answers, but sets up his own topic at the same time. "Yes, we just opened our winter selection. Are you interested in anything?" This move is very good. It doesn't really let White play their own game, so they have to accept their opponent's rules. However, White ones show Black they don't care at all just by saying, "A new role has become available. May I provide the details?" White's strategy here is obviously offensive, while Black trying to not commit too much in the current match. Black replies with, "No thank you. I'm afraid I'm busy right now. We just recently opened our winter selection. Have you seen anything you are interested in?" This move is also pretty safe for Black. They decide to not commit too much and end the game as quickly as possible or get something off this conversation. But the problem is that both Black and White have their own purposes for each other. White continued the game with, "No worries if now isn't the best time. This is a flexible remote part-time job that won't affect your main work. Would you mind if I posted the details here for you to review first?" As we can see, White keeps trying to force Black to play their own game. However, I guess Black are familiar enough with such persistence from random people. So they already had a very good answer. So, Black fire back with, "No thank you. I've been quite busy in overtime because I've been busy setting up winter selection. It turns out we have a 15% discount on select item from November 14th to December 17th. Have you seen the selection?" However, there was no response from White for some time, which may mean if they're left with this time-wasting game or they are already trying to think something up. Black were worried White already left the game. "No, Kayla, please come back, I need this." That was almost their desperate all-in. White continue with, "Okay, thanks. Just need to confirm 23 plus and Canadian PR or work-study permit." As we can see, White, being ignorant to foes' moves, doesn't really care about anything but getting somebody to that interesting part-time job, which is definitely not a scam. Black finally goes full emotional mode, showing pure frustration from this useless match. "You need to buy winter's deals, please." Of course, White decided to refuse. They had their own purposes. Black tries to get this guy to the point where they really need help with this winter selection case. This move was surely all in, the last attempt to outplay white, which turned into a draw for both white and black. The next one shows a very good and useful strategy against no-name scammers that somehow figured out your phone number. White opens with a simple hello. It is a friendly start that also doesn't reveal their true purposes, and they will be waiting for you to read their single hello to get you into a conversation. Black already seems to be familiar with such a play style and immediately fires back with no context, "She's busy, lil bro." White fires back with, "I am a recruiter from Indeed. Your profile has been highly recommended to us by multiple online recruitment platforms. We are pleased to offer you an excellent remote position. Would you like to know more details?" White, while being ignorant to whatever black do, immediately force the topic they're interested in, and that's a pretty aggressive move. Black, however, already is familiar with that strategy and replies with, "You're from Indeed? That's funny. I'm from Indeed too. I need your ass, little boy, come here." No way White would give them a proper answer to this move. It was a pretty fast match where White gave up after a few attempts to open Black's defense line. Another chess game. White opens with a long red message. "Thank you for telling me. To be honest, it was the first time for me to encounter such an embarrassing thing, but you didn't blame me. I think you are a friendly person. My name is Sophia. Can I know your name?" White here are trying to immediately get in a good relationship with Black by sending this cute long red message. But what if Black already figured out their plan? So, Black answers to White's move. "Crispy bacon. My friends call me Tung Sahur sometimes." White, however, didn't recognize trolling in Black's answer and decided to continue playing this game by well-prepared script. "Nice to meet you. I'm from Belarus and now live in California. How about you?" Black decided to fake out their location to see what will happen next. "No way. I live in California." Now both players seem to pretend they are from the same state, but we can't tell what's actually happening in their mind. White continues persisting on a friendly talk and goes with, "It's a bustling city. I am a fashion designer, 36 years old. What about you?" Black responded quickly, "I work for Nimrod CO. I'm 67. White still didn't figure out what Black's side tried to tell them. They just continue like they didn't recognize any trolling in Black's answers and respond again, pushing the main topic. "That sounds great. It's so comfortable chatting with you, just like we've been friends for years. If you don't mind, we can become friends who can talk about everything." Meanwhile, Black's side pretend like they have no idea what strategy their opponent use. They respond, "I think that is a great idea." White then goes for, "You can send me a message via WhatsApp. This is my private WhatsApp number. I usually use it to contact my family and friends. Because this number is my work number, sometimes my assistant also uses it. Looking forward to seeing you on my private WhatsApp." Black fire back immediately. "Okay, do you mind checking out a summary of my company on YouTube?" Then they're sending a link to Rick Astley's song. Brutal, powerful, and definitely strong move from Black. White have a few more attempts before retreating. They go, "We can chat on my private WhatsApp," completely ignoring this pure trolling move from Black. Black continued attacking with, "Have you considered buying my product after watching the video?" White trying to keep pretending there's nothing wrong and say, "I didn't see anything." There is a pure checkmate last move from Black. "Whatever you say, clunker." Nothing could be done from White's side, but I can say, stop scamming like this, and well, stop scamming overall, or you'll end up right in my video next time.